before we get started, could we get a brief introduction?
Yes, hi Kalina. My name's Jim Slotta. I'm a professor at the University of Toronto. I study education and particularly interested in technology and how technology can support new ways of teaching and learning in classrooms and new forms of learning communities and how those learning communities can make progress.
And the first question is, do you think it's important that educators aren't replaced by AI completely?
Yes, I definitely think that is important. I don't believe that educators have even been doing the best that they can do. I think when you lecture content, you might as well be a computer, right? So the best educators are out in the room talking with students, listening to students, in fact, learning from the students. The best teachers that I know are the learn more than anyone else in the classroom because they're listening to the students and they're thinking about what's happening and they're changing in real time what they're doing. So AI is promising to be good at pretty much everything, including those kind of things. So how could that help a teacher get even better? Because we know that teachers aren't very good at doing those kind of things. They're very good at lecturing because lecture is easy. It's really easy for me to stand up on stage and sound smart. And if the students are afraid of failing, then they're going to try to learn everything they can. So that's a model for teaching and learning that's working all over the world, and the students have to do good on tests. So that kind of teaching is that's a simplified statement about teaching, but it is the kind of didactic teaching that I think should be moving out of the way as we move into the 21st century. And I don't think you're going to replace the teacher, but I think the role will change.
Thank you. And the second question is, what aspects do you find most interesting or important from this event today?
Well, I noticed a lot of different intersections with AI today. And it came from the insurance, company, and it came from manufacturing solar panels, and from higher education instruction, and there were people interested in emotion and empathy, affective variables. So enough diversity of interests, and everybody here at a school, right, talking about education. Yet many of the talks really weren't about education. They were about what might happen with AI going forward. So for me, that was one notable part of the day, were just the number of very interesting people who came to this conversation at this table. So I was taking notes about that.
Thank you. And the last question is, what is your opinion on high schools like the Erindale Academy hosting these types of talks for students?
I don't know any other place that does this kind of public and, extremely diverse group coming together to have these kind of discussions, and the round tables that we had afterwards that allowed people to sort of mingle and have many different kinds of conversations. The demos we had about the robots were very interesting. So I'm very impressed by a place like this that can serve as sort of a magnet for bringing various groups together to have these conversations. And I hope that these talks and something can come out of this that can be shared with an even wider group of people.
Thank you.
Welcome.